In the past few chapters of Boruto TBV, we have learned that Boruto does not have control over his own karma seal. And in today's video, I did want to discuss this dilemma because eventually, Boruto will have to face his demons when it comes to facing the other villains of the story, such as Jura, Hidari, and any other future threats. It's really odd to see that Boruto is having trouble using the karma, especially since he has solved the Momoshiki dilemma when it comes to him not being able to resurrect anymore. In Boruto Part 1, Boruto did learn the abilities of how to use the karma seal and the logistics of how exactly it will work with his body, since he is now a perfect vessel. However, now that Momoshiki can no longer resurrect, I was thinking that Boruto would have more use of the karma since he is now 100% Otsutsuki. However, as we saw in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 9, when Kawaki activated his karma, Boruto instantly reacted. It looked like he was starting to get into some pain as he saw the karma seep across his body, and he instantly left the battlefield. Now this is odd to me because Boruto has so much control over the karma, as we've seen in part 1. Yes, in the beginning it was a struggle as it would constantly seep out whenever Kawaki used his karma, especially whenever he was in a situation where he was stressed out, such as seeing his comrades get hurt, like Konohamaru almost getting killed by Kashin Koji. However, as the series progressed, Boruto got more control over their karma as he trained with Kawaki, and especially when he unlocked the true essence version of karma when he was fighting Code. He was able to tap into a higher power, or he was able to fight one of the strongest inner members of Kara. 3 years have passed, and even though we have seen Boruto battle, the one consistent thing that we haven't seen yet up until the moment that he used his karma was the fact that Boruto never really used it in battle. We saw him substitute all of his abilities of the karma, such as teleportation jutsu, with another jutsu like flying Raijin, and create brand new jutsus like Rasengan Uzuhiko in order to take down somebody like Code. And one could attribute to Boruto's willingness to progress as a shinobi thanks to him training with Sasuke for the next 3 years, and as well as with Kashin Koji, where it was revealed that thanks to Kashin Koji's help, he was able to learn the flying Raijin jutsu. However, in my opinion, I also think that Boruto went through an event where Momoshiki did come out and created a lot of chaos to the point where Boruto has completely eradicated the thought of even using the karma seal in the first place. Now this is odd to me because in the first page of this series, we did see Boruto activate his karma against Kawaki in his teenage years. So with that being said, ultimately Boruto will find a way to use the karma without fear of Momoshiki potentially taking over. However, in my personal opinion, the reason why Boruto was so reactive to when Kawaki activated his karma when his karma started to come out is because he probably witnessed Momoshiki already take over his body to where Boruto was forced to flee. Hence why Kashin Koji was so urgent for Boruto to leave the battlefield once his karma started to appear. Now obviously this wasn't shown yet in the manga, and we've already seen a bit of a flashback when it comes to Boruto's training for the next 3 years heading into TBV, especially when he was with Sasuke. We already do know that Sasuke was taken down by Code and the Ten Tails, where he was sealed away during this time period. However, that was the only thing we've seen during that flashback. I honestly think we're going to get more content when it comes to that middle period between part 1 and TBV, simply because I truly think Boruto has some sort of PTSD when it comes to him activating the karma seal, hence why the reaction in the first place, he was instantly grabbing his hand trying to stop it from forming across his body. And when it comes to this event right here, I truly think that Boruto will have to overcome this dilemma in order to fight stronger enemies, because as much as him learning brand new abilities like flying Raijin jutsu and Rasengan Uzuhiko, picking up Sasuke's sword and learning Kenjutsu, I personally think that he will have to use the karma in order to fight these future enemies, because despite getting stronger, I truly think it's just not enough. We've seen it when he was fighting Jura, Hidari, and the other Ten Tails. Yes, he was getting jumped, and he probably would have given a much bigger fight had he had been in a 1v1 situation. I still think that Boruto has to use the karma in order to fight these other villains. And yes, even though he has taken down Code and Kawaki and has proven his strength so far, this is only the beginning of TBV, and honestly, following the consistent power scale when it came to even Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, whatever you saw from Naruto in the beginning of the series, he has exponentially gotten stronger through the battles and through training. Boruto has already gone through a massive training arc per se, and since he is 100% Otsutsuki, I do expect his power to rise. Same thing goes for Kawaki, man. I've already talked about it before. Kawaki has been somewhat of a joke at the start of TBV. He's been getting pushed around, shoved around, been getting bodied by Jura and Boruto like it was nothing, despite him clearly getting stronger with his karma seal and Otsutsuki-like abilities. However, when it comes to these two main characters, they're obviously going to get much more powerful to the point where they are going to battle in a destroyed Hidden Leaf Village with only the two of them last standing. And when it comes to Boruto, with him being afraid that Momoshiki could come out when the karma first appeared in TBV, we are going to get Momoshiki. One thing I have to note is in the first 10 chapters of TBV, we have not seen Momoshiki yet, which is very odd to me because that dilemma, that relationship between Boruto and Momoshiki runs deep. Yes, Momoshiki can no longer come out and resurrect Boruto's body. However, his soul is still inside of Boruto and they can still communicate within each other. I am content with Momoshiki not appearing just yet because right now there is bigger dilemmas at hand with the 10 Tails, with Kawaki, and initially at the start of the series with Code, of course. But eventually we will have to get around to him because he is the other main villain of this series. And I truly think that whenever he takes over Boruto's body, it is going to be absolutely hell. And I personally think that whoever destroys the Leaf Village, I think it is going to be Momoshiki. I actually think that Momoshiki will take over Boruto's body and create so much chaos that nobody will be really able to stop him. Of course, maybe Jura and Hidari, at their current power level, they probably could give Borushiki a really good run for their money. However, in my opinion, we have not seen this version of Borushiki yet, as we've seen in Boruto Part 1. Whenever Borushiki would come out, he would be absolutely cracked in terms of power. When Momoshiki takes over, his power is added on top of Boruto's overall power as well. Boruto was already one of the strongest people in the Hidden Leaf Village pre-time skip, and now that he has gone through this training arc with all of the abilities that he's learned, if Momoshiki ever gets his hands on a lot of these abilities, such as Flying Raijin, the ability to use Kenjutsu, and Rasengan Uzehiko, I truly don't think anyone will be able to stop him, albeit maybe someone like Damon can. But I've seen some discussion from you guys in the comment section below. I think Uzehiko was made to stop somebody like Damon. If that ever hits you, it will ultimately kill you unless Boruto or Momoshiki decides to stop the jutsu. That's how powerful it is. Let's not forget, it is using the planetary spin, which ultimately will kill any character if they are hit by it, unless the caster removes the jutsu onto the user. So it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when Momoshiki takes control over Boruto's body. And right now in the series, heading into Boruto chapter 11, we are going to get two battles with Himawari versus Jura and Sarada versus Hidari. And once Boruto does recover from his karma appearing, as he said last chapter that he's gonna have to take a little break, in order to recover, Boruto will have to pick one of these two battles to go to. Now we already do know that Kawaki is heading toward Himawari, where Himawari has activated the Nine Tails chakra after witnessing Inojin potentially die thanks to Jura. And with Hidari fighting Sarada, I assume Boruto will head there as well, since Shikamaru does know that these two battles are ongoing, and with the fact that Boruto and Shikamaru are in constant communication amongst each other. And obviously these two villains are probably the two strongest villains we have seen thus far in the series, and even though I truly do believe in Boruto and his power, I actually think that Momoshiki will take over Boruto's body once Boruto does recover and heads to either of the two upcoming battles. Now in my opinion, I don't think he'll head to where Jura and Himawari are at, because Kawaki and Delta are already on their way to help out Himawari, and with Shikamaru in communication with Boruto, he probably will tell Boruto that Kawaki is heading there to protect Himawari. And since now that everyone knows that Boruto and Kawaki can't really stay in front of each other thanks to Kawaki activating his karma, I do think that once Boruto does recover, he will head his way towards Sarada to help her out in order to battle Hidari. There is a massive potential for Boruto to awaken Momoshiki, especially if he gets into a dire situation in order to reach for more power, because Hidari, probably the second strongest villain amongst these 10 tail characters that have appeared so far. So let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section below. I did want to talk about Boruto and his karma seal. Yes, I'm a month late, however, I still wanted to talk about it because Momoshiki has not been shown in TBV yet, and I truly think that we will be getting this new version of Borushiki very, very soon. Yes, Momo can no longer resurrect, however, the problem of him taking over Boruto's body, especially this older and more powerful version of Boruto, will be a problem that I don't think anyone will be able to solve nor stop. Just thinking about Momoshiki using Flying Raijin is just so scary to me, and on top of using Rasengan Uzehiko, knowing that Momoshiki is a sucker for chaos, I truly think that we are getting some crazy setup here, not just for Sarada and Himawari's character when it comes to them fighting their contemporaries, but when it comes to Momoshiki as well, because we have not seen that sneaky bastard yet. So let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.